Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are doing well. Today we are going to discuss chapter 8 cell structure and functions. So students, today we are going to read about cell and its structure and functions. Let's warm up, look around and you will observe a variety of living things. What do all these things have in common? So students, you have to write your observation here. Let's know about nucleus, cell wall, vacuoles, mitochondria. These are the topics we are going to discuss in our chapter. Living things are made up of tiny living parts or compartments called cells. Some living organisms like bacteria, amoeba, paramecium have only one cell. So they are called unicellular organisms. On the other hand, there are many large and tall plants and animals consisting of millions of cells. They are called multicellular organisms. Therefore, cell is a structural and functional unit of life. तो स्टूडेंट्स, अगर हम सेल की बात करें तो सेल क्या है? हमारी लाइफ की एक स्ट्रक्चर और फंक्शन यूनिट है. कुछ एनिमल्स, कुछ ऑर्गेनिजम्स किससे बने होते हैं? सिंगल सेल्स, तो हम उन्हें यूनिसेलुलर बुलाते हैं. और कुछ क्या होते हैं? मल्टीसेलुलर. हियर वी हैव सम पिक्चर्स, अमीबा and here is paramecium. Look at the another picture. We have cell observed in an onion peel. Here, discovery of the cell. In 1665, an English scientist, Robert Hooke, designed one of the world's first microscopes and used it to observe plant material. He examined thinly sliced pieces of cork under the microscope and discovered that it was made up of many small box-like units. Hooke named these units cells, and without realizing that he had discovered the basic structural unit of all living things. So student, इस तरह रॉबर्ट हुक ने सेल की डिस्कवरी की. Now look at this picture, cork cell. Now we have cell structure. Cell in living organisms have often been compared with bricks in a building. Therefore, cells are basic structures and cells are different in different organisms. Cells, however, have been in existence as single origin of life, which took place millions of years ago. Majority of the cells are too small to be seen with unaided eye. All functions in the bodies of living organisms are performed by various systems. These systems are group of organs performing one principal function. Each organ is made up of tissues and each tissue is made up of so many cells. All the life functions take place in every cell. All plants and animal cells have three parts. They are. तो स्टूडेंट्स, हम लोगों की जो लाइफ जो है वो कहाँ से स्टार्ट होती है? सेल से. हर सेल के तीन पार्ट होते हैं, दैट इज सेल मेम्ब्रेन, साइटोप्लाज्म, न्यूक्लियस. फर्स्ट वी हैव सेल मेम्ब्रेन. The cytoplasm remains surrounded by cell membrane and enclosing the nucleus together constitutes the protoplasm. 99% of protoplasm by weight is made up of four elements, namely carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. Other elements like P, S, C, A like phosphorus, sulfur, calcium are also present. These elements combine to form compounds like carbohydrate, water, protein, fats and nucleic acid. Cell membrane is also known as plasma membrane. It is very thin covering of the cell. There are very small pores on cell membrane called plasmodesmata. The main functions of plasma membrane are protection of the cell, providing shape to the cell, allowing materials to enter the cell. So students, cell membrane को हम plasma membrane बोलते हैं और main function क्या है? Protection of cell है, shape provide कराती है cell को and materials को allow करती है cell में enter करने के लिए. Now we have cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance occupying most of the space inside the cell. It occupies a space between cell membrane and nucleus. All the life functions take place in the cytoplasm. It contains many small structures called cell organelles which perform the various functions. So student, एक jelly like क्या होती है? Jelly like thing होती है आपका cytoplasm और जो cell membrane और nucleus के बीच में present होता है. Now we have nucleus. Nucleus is the most important cell organelle. Commonly, it is called the brain of the cell and occupies of the central position. It remains covered by a membrane called cell membrane. It controls all the activities of the cell. The muscle cell has more than one nucleus. Nucleus is a spherical body consisting of four parts: nuclear membrane, nucleus, nucleoplasm, chromosomes. The outermost layer of the nucleus is called nuclear membrane. It separates the nucleus from cytoplasm. It has many small pores and helps in the exchange of materials from nucleoplasm to cytoplasm. The jelly-like substance inside the nucleus is called nucleoplasm. Chromosomes and nucleus are present in the nucleoplasm. Chromosomes are thread-like structure which play an important role in the inheritance of characters from one generation to the next generation. So students, chromosomes हमें कहाँ मिलते हैं? न्यूक्लियस में मिलते हैं. न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन किसको अलग करती है? साइटोप्लाज्म और न्यूक्लियोप्लाज्म को. न्यूक्लियोप्लाज्म न्यूक्लियस के अंदर प्रेजेंट जेली लाइक सब्सटेंस होता है. नाउ वी हैव functions of the nucleus, controlling all the life functions taking place inside the cell. Transmission of characteristics from one generation to another. Here we have an activity, activity 1. In order to observe the basic components of cell, take an onion bulb, remove the dry pink covering peel. You can easily separate these from fleshy white layers of the onion with the help of forceps. You can also break the onion bulb and separate out this layer. The thin layer can be cut into smaller pieces and with the help of a blade, add a drop of methylene blue solution to the layer and place a cover slip. Ensure that there are no air bubbles under the cover slip. Observe the slide under the microscope. Draw and label. Look at this picture, students. You can see in your microscope. Here you have to draw the pictures. It is human cheek cells. Now again we have an activity. Activity 2. Take a clean toothpick or a matchstick with the tip broken. Scrape inside of your cheek without hurting it. Place it in a drop of water on a glass slide. Add a drop of iodine and place a cover slip over it. Alternatively, add 1 to 2 drops of methylene blue solution. Observe it under the microscope. You may notice several cells in the scrapped material. You can identify the cell membrane, the cytoplasm and nucleus. A cell wall is absent in animal cell. So students, you can check this with the help of microscope and you can do this activity in the presence of your teacher. Now, organelles. A number of organ cells are found in the cell cytoplasm. Here, mitochondria, commonly known as powerhouse of the cell. Chloroplast contains chlorophyll, help in the photosynthesis. Endoplasmic reticulum, network of membrane provides large cell. Golgi complex, primary secretion and synthesis of matters. Lysosomes, suicidal bags having hydrolytic enzymes. Ribosomes helps in protein synthesis. So students, these are some cell organelles. Do you know the largest cell is a ostrich egg 170 mm into 1300 mm. Here we have cell wall. The cell wall is an extra covering around the cell membrane of a plant cell. It is made up of non-living material called cellulose. It is lacking in animal cell. So students, cell wall plant cell में मिलता है, animal cells में नहीं होता है. Here, it provides rigidity to the cell. It provides protection to the cell. Now we have vacuoles. As a result of various life functions taking place inside a cell, a number of chemical products accumulate within the cell. These are generally stored inside clear spaces present in the cytoplasm. These areas are surrounded by a membrane called vacuoles. Vacuoles are generally absent from animal cells. If present, they are smaller in size and lesser in number. In amoeba, vacuoles contain food particles and are called food vacuoles. So students, vacuole क्या होते हैं? आपके साइटोप्लाज्म के अंदर एक छोटे स्पेसेस होते हैं, उनको हम वैक्यूल्स बोलते हैं. एनिमल सेल में नहीं होते हैं, प्लांट सेल में मेनली आपको मिलते हैं. आपको अमीबा का एग्जांपल दिया गया है कि अमीबा क्या करता है, अपना फूड कंटेन करता है वैक्यूल्स में, एंड दैट इज फूड वैक्यूल्स. नाउ वी हैव माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया. Mitochondria produce energy from the oxidation of food during cell respiration. The main function of mitochondria is the formation of ATP and therefore it is called powerhouse of the cell. So student, mitochondria energy formation करता है, that's why हम उसको क्या बोलते हैं, powerhouse of the cell. Now, endoplasmic reticulum. It is a network of membranes that divides the cytoplasm into channels. It helps in the transport of substance within a cell. Then, lysosomes. Generally, it remains present in the animal cell. It has hydrolytic enzymes and helps in autodigestion of the cell. Therefore, it is called suicidal bag. So, students, इसको हम suicidal bag बोलते हैं. Then we have ribosomes. It mostly helps in protein synthesis. Then, centrioles. They are present only in animal cells and during cell division, they form spindle. Here, Golgi complex. It is responsible for the concentration, storage and secretion of some substances in the cell. Then plastids. Plastids are colored bodies found in the plant cells only. On the basis of pigments, they are of the following types. Students, here we have check and mate. You can do it by yourself as we already read about these things. Now we are going to read about the types of plastids. Chloroplasts, they are given in color due to presence of chlorophyll. They are green in color due to presence of chlorophyll. They help in photosynthesis and impart green color to the leaves. Then students, we have chromoplasts. These are non-green plastids. These organelles provide color to fruits and flowers. Then leucoplasts. These are colorless plastids. These are present in roots and non-photosynthetic tissue of plants. Now we have Leviplasts. These are colorless plastids. They store proteins and fats are generally present in the roots of the plants. So students, ये कहाँ मिलते हैं आपको? ये colorless होते हैं और ये प्रोटीन और फैट को क्या करते हैं? स्टोर करते हैं. Now we have genes. Genes are hereditary units and are present on chromosomes. They are passed from parents to offspring. A child receives one copy of gene from mother and one copy of each from father. Student, gene क्या होती है? एक क्रोमोसोम्स में पाए जाते हैं. हेरिडिटरी यूनिट होती है जो हर एक बच्चे में एक मम्मा की होती है और एक पापा की. Therefore, they have mixture properties of parents, father and mother. If the parents are tall, the children are expected to be tall. Here, comparison of plants and animal cells. Look carefully at the plant and animal cells shown in figure to summarize the difference between them. So, students, look at the pictures. We have plant cell and animal cell. The difference between a plant cell and an animal cell are listed in the table given below. So, students, look at this table. We have difference between plant cell and an animal cell. Here we have cell wall. Cell wall is present in plant cell. Cell wall is absent in animal cell. Then we have cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is not as dense in plant cell. Cytoplasm is dense in animal cell. Vacuole. A large vacuole is present in plant cell. Vacuoles are absent. If present, they are very small in size in animal cell. Then we have plastids. Usually, plastids are present in plant cell. Plastids are absent in animal cell. Centrosome. Centrosomes is absent in plant cell. Centrosome is present in animal cell. Now, students, what we learn in this chapter, we are going to discuss it in a nutshell. In a nutshell, here we have all organisms are made up of smaller parts called organs. Organs are made of still smaller parts. The smallest living part of an organism is cell. Cells were first observed in a cork by Robert Hooke in 1965. Cells exhibit a variety of shapes and size. The number of cells also varies from organism to organism. Some cells are big enough to be seen with the unaided eye. Hen's egg is an example. So, hen's egg is a cell. Some organisms are single-celled, with others contain large number of cells. Here, students, we have some keywords. Cell, the smallest structural and functional unit of an organism. Cell membrane, thin membrane that surrounded every living cell. Cell wall, the outermost layer of cells in plant, bacteria, fungi, and many algae that gives shape to the cell. Chromosome, a DNA molecule with part or all of the genetic material of an organism. Cytoplasm, the material or protoplasm within a living cell excluding the nucleus. Eukaryotes, organism consisting of cells in which the genetic material is DNA in the form of chromosomes contained within a distinct nucleus. Thank you, students. We will meet again in the next chapter. Till then, revise what we learned today.